Alright, what is going on guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what I've got for you guys is another news type video for Arrow Season 6. Now, a couple of days ago, some new information started coming up about Arrow Season 6, stating that the Huntress or Helena Bertinelli will actually come back to the show in Season 6 of Arrow, and now what I want to do with this video is just talk to you guys about this statement. And while it is not confirmed that she will 100% come back to the show, or even for how long she would be back on the show, it was just something that was stated in an interview with Mark Guggenheim, who is one of the showrunners for Arrow. He was talking about the show and everything, and he talked about how he really enjoyed the character of Huntress. He really enjoyed her character on the show and everything, and he wanted her to come back to the show. And he talked about how he had talked to the actress and everything that had played the Huntress on the show, and talked about how she was definitely open to coming back onto the show. And he was saying that there are some storylines later on in sort of the second half of the season after the mid-season finale. There's some storylines that they're talking about that the Huntress would fit nicely into. So like I said, this obviously isn't 100% confirmation that the Huntress will be back in this season of Arrow, but it definitely seems like we have a good chance of seeing Huntress return to Star City once again. And now we haven't seen her since season 2 of Arrow. She was definitely a very big sort of recurring character back in season 1, and then I think she was only in one episode in season 2, so it's definitely been a while since we've seen her character on the show, and I feel like it would definitely be very cool to see her return to the show, even if it's for an episode or two. And now Huntress is also a character that I really enjoyed seeing in season 1 and in season 2, so I will definitely be very happy if they do end up bringing her back onto the show. But that also brings up the question as to why she will be back and what she will be doing on the show if and when she does end up returning. So we know that if she does come back, that it will be in sort of the second half of the season, which means that it will be after the mid-season finale and after we have the big bad revealed, or in Arrow's case for season 6, the multiple big bads revealed for the season. So that will be definitely pretty cool to see, because then this leaves the door open for Huntress to actually be working with one of the villains for the season. Now I think that this would definitely be pretty interesting, because we could have Huntress maybe working with Richard Dragon in sort of a, or maybe even one of the other villains, but let's just say for an example now, maybe she starts working with Richard Dragon, and once she figures out that she's fighting the Green Arrow, once she finds out that she's fighting Oliver, maybe she somehow has a change of heart and ends up becoming some sort of an anti-hero, or maybe even full-on changes back to a good guy. So I mean, who knows, but I feel like that would definitely be pretty cool, and it would also leave the door open if she does actually have some sort of a redemption arc. It does leave the door open for a Birds of Prey team. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people think that this season is sort of going to end up redeeming the Earth 2 version of Laurel, or Black Siren, and she's going to end up becoming maybe even part of Team Arrow, or a good guy, or something along those lines. They're going to redeem her character. She's not going to be evil anymore, or to an extent, but I feel like that would definitely be pretty cool if they do redeem the Earth 2 version of Laurel. And if they do actually do that, then that obviously, like I said, leaves the door open for a Birds of Prey team that is, in the comics, is made up by Black Canary, Huntress, and Batgirl. So I mean, obviously they're not going to do Batgirl on Arrow, but they could have 2 of the 3, and then maybe just add somebody else that either we might not have seen on the show, or add some other character that we've maybe seen before, and maybe they're going to return as well. But I just feel like that would definitely be pretty cool if they made some sort of a Birds of Prey team on Arrow at some point. But yeah, I'm definitely very excited for the possible return of Huntress to Arrow Season 6. But one last thing I saw, some new information has come to light here while I was recording this video, and that is that there's a possibility of the return of Malcolm Merlyn onto Arrow. So obviously he's presumed dead at the end of season 5. He's presumed dead by stepping on the landmine. I still don't think that he's dead, but I mean, a lot of people think that he is dead, including the actor that actually plays him is assuming that he's dead. But there's been some interviews with the showrunner saying, there's no character that has died that hasn't come back in some way, shape, or form. So there's definitely the possibility for Malcolm Merlyn to come back in either a multiverse type of way or flashbacks, or maybe even the character isn't dead. So we'll have to wait and find out on that, but I'm definitely excited for also the possibility of the return of Malcolm Merlyn as well. But other than that, guys, what do you think about the possibility of Huntress returning to Arrow, as well as the possible return of Malcolm Merlyn? I want to know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video.